The next 2 weeks are eventful. On the news, they talk about the dead student. There are no suspects. There's a vigil at the bar she walked home from. My mom texts me and tells me I should go, which is a pass for me, but I tell her I'll think about it. I make a friend at the bookstore, a fellow queer suburban youth named Aaron. They call every scrawny, obviously frightened freshman an undercover zaddy. They make me laugh. Then I meet a good-looking person in the laundry room of my building. Her name is Elena. She has a CrossFit kind of body and chews her hoodie strings. She has gorgeous thick curly hair. I catch her listening to Dua Lipa and Elton John, folding her clothes, smirking about something. We chat. I somehow end up mentioning that my cousin-in-law is loud in bed. Elena asks me to do an impression. There's a vibe. It goes somewhere. By the time school starts, I'm feeling settled and happy. I like my classes all right. I get curtains and framed pictures, and the bar where Elena works lets me drink. Then shit at home gets a little more weird than usual. Up until now it's been thumps and bumps. Things I can ignore. It is a Tuesday night and Elena is at my place and we're fooling around in the bedroom. I'm doing something that makes it hard to hear and Elena stops me all of the sudden. She looks drawn. I heard a scream, she says. It sounded like it came from inside your apartment. Not particularly possible. The door is locked. We're alone. The next part, well, there are times when you wish you weren't mostly naked. We go into the living room. No screamers, television off, Elena freezes. I see it a second later, in the wall of the nook. A nail. A trickle of blood. Now that alone would be scary enough, but the nail is poking from the wall, point side out. There is nothing but a 5-story drop on the outside of this wall. Where is that blood coming from? I don't know. How is this here? I don't know, but it wasn't here before. Elena, I think I would have noticed a bloody nail coming out of the wall. We're looking at it the way I think every kid watches popcorn in the microwave at one point or another. Fascination, reticence. I practically jump into Elena as the nail moves, as it slowly slides back into the wall and out of sight. Nope. We get dressed faster than we got undressed and get the fuck out. I lock the door. We go to Elena's. We tell the story to Elena's roommate Kristen and Kristen's boyfriend, Breathy, talking over each other. Everyone agrees that my apartment is probably haunted. Kristen insists that we have a seance. She has a perfect seance cabernet. Sure, the coming Friday is the 13th, which, I don't know why that seems like a good idea, but Kristen gets excited. What's your apartment? She asks. I tell her. 504. Wait, Dean's place? What? So, apparently Dean and Kristen know each other from their grad program. They studied together on occasion. He's smart, fucking brilliant in a way that necessitates a bit of normalcy. He tells terrible jokes and unwinds with a huge TV and cheap beer. Elena makes drinks and the boyfriend watches a show and Kristen thinks out loud. I wonder if he left because she stands and paces. You know that girl from the news? The dead woman. The victim, student, person. The one who should have made it home. Kristen says the student knew Dean too. They'd gone on a few dates, maybe more. Dean hasn't mentioned moving, she says. Weird. I tell my part about Dean's stuff, about the shrine and the graffiti. I threw away his clothes. The guy who was dating a murder victim. I feel shitty. Kristen looks fucking lost. Why hasn't he said anything about any of this? I ask her what she means. I texted him yesterday. We talked about Sylvie, the student. I figured I'd see him in the laundry room or back at school. He said he was pretty messed up about Sylvie. She pulls out her phone, texts him, "What's up? How are you? Hey, watching a movie at my place. And you know, so. Kristen reads aloud. His place, my place. She doesn't know he's lying. I prod, orchestrate. She asks if she can call him or maybe come over. Another time. Heading to bed. There is no more. That night I stare up at the wall above Elena's bed. She cuddles against me and I'm so glad for how solid and how warm she feels sometimes. Because all I can think about is my wall. Dean's wall. The wall with some message that he left. Something that's right there beneath the surface and nowhere to be found. It's nearly 8 a.m. I feel crazy and Elena is silently cradling a coffee cup. She looks both groggy and alert, slump-backed and wide-eyed. We're in my living room, staring at an immaculate wall. Nole. No blood. You remember? Yep, it definitely happened. We saw it. Two fucked tipsy, but chemically sober, rational adults. And I want no part of the fucked reality of it all. I dress for work. Elena walks with me. It's kinda protective and it's sweet and she holds my hand like a girlfriend would. I find myself checking strangers' faces for my mom's. I know she's not there, but my reality seems surreal and I'm having a lot of mixed emotions. Elena kisses me outside of the bookstore, in public, and for a moment I weigh my ghost apartment against the good parts of a city where I'm not an object of scandal, and then I feel like saying I love her. The thought comes up like vomit. I don't say anything. Maybe she knows what I'm thinking. Maybe I'm just being dumb, childish. I smile and watch her walk back toward the apartment, her gait cheery. I manage about half an hour before I tell my coworker Erin about the nail and everything else. They know some of the details already, the noises, the nook, the abandonment of the apartment. It's Dean's connection to Sylvie, the dead student, that they find most intriguing. They wonder if the two fucked in my apartment. Then they wonder if Dean killed her. The thought has crossed near my mind. The murder was angry, personal. Dean disappeared in a hurry. It doesn't explain my landlord Harold and the shrine. Or the sounds. There are a lot of sounds, and I know, suburban girl in the city in an apartment building, of course there are. But these are the weird ones, the ones that don't sound like Spotify or conversation or walking around. These only pop up in my living room. The scream was the most jarring, but there are taps, bumps, whispers. There are little muted animal sounds and bars of quiet melodies. It's never constant, but it's noticeable. My show or movie will lull and I'll hear it, like something trying to insert itself into my relaxation. Whatever it is, I think it knows I'm there. I turn, wondering if I'm being watched, feeling like I am. My little hairs spring up, my skull tingles. It's fucked. Elena makes it easier, but we're too new for me to take her for granted. Erin thinks I'm hearing things. I can't blame them. The nail is something I fucking saw and something I only half believe. Sometimes only the unease feels real and I feel pitiful and I feel fragile. Whatever. I pull old stickers off of books, put on new ones, a new color for a new semester. Erin is terrible at working and excellent at talking their way out of trouble. They read a book about Gotti then thumbed through their phone. It's so tragic, they say. Sylvie had a killer Insta. They've been following the story. Not the official story from the news, but the gossip. Sylvie had a stalker. Sylvie had turned down a guy at the bar. She kissed him. She kissed a girl on a dare. She wasn't wearing panties. The killer took them as a trophy. It all sounds like bullshit. Erin reads some of the replies to her photos. She might be more popular dead than she was alive. Real friends and tragedy junkies say how great she was, how pretty. I mention the seance and Erin eagerly invites themselves. I finish my shift feeling numb. I don't know Sylvie or Dean. I don't care. I put on a dress and Erin and I go dancing too early for anyone to be having fun but us. Over the bass line, Erin yells that maybe the landlord would tell me more now that I'm not a stranger. Maybe. I stumble giggling into Elena's apartment and whatever her day has been, she's out cold. I try to rouse her and she grumbles and I masturbate beside her and she doesn't ever wake.